Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Hope has an extreme reaction when she sees a ghost, and Steffy can't shake a weird vibe. The bold and the beautiful Hope can't believe her eyes. Ridge wishes he could help Steffy, and Charlie provides comic relief. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Deacon's place, Finn tells Shyla he still can't believe she's there. They thought they lost her. Shyla's not going anywhere and never wants to be apart from either of them ever again. Deacon assures her he wouldn't allow it. Finn agonizes about thinking they could build a relationship and thinking she died. I just don't want to be apart from you either. At Forrester, Hope discusses her line with Ridge and Carter. Ridge thinks RJ and Zend have come up with some good stuff already. Luna will pick up the slack. Hope will keep on top of them. Just then, Steffy comes in apologizing for being late. Ridge questions, Steffy? Steffy says she just needs this nightmare to be over. Deacon keeps going on about Shyla being alive and it just needs to end. Steffy sits and Carter and Ridge complain about Deacon not knowing when to quit. Hope apologizes and will go speak to her father. Steffy asks her to tell him to stay away from Finn. They're done with everything to do with Shyla. At Deacon's place, Shyla croons about him never giving up on her. He says he saw the 10 toes and wasn't ready to let her go. Embracing her, Deacon says he wasn't the only one. Just the possibility that she was alive was enough for Finn to help him find her. They go over Shyla trying to protect his wife and kids. Deacon goes on about the power of redemption. Finn has to believe in her. Finn says, "Well, I do. I believe in you." Sheila grins. At Forrester, Ridge thinks Sharp has really lost it. Carter's sorry for what Steffy's going through. Steffy complains that Deacon has gotten into Finn's head. Carter's hopeful that Hope will get through to him. Steffy checks her phone and Ridge says, he's probably just busy. Steffy's just getting a weird vibe. Suddenly, Charlie walks into the office. Ridge reminds him what a closed door means. Charlie walks back out and then knocks. Charlie complains about a parking dispute. It's about to get ugly out there. Ridge urges him to go fix it. Charlie admits, Ms. Lucas scares me. Ridge tells Carter to go deal with it. Carter takes Charlie with him as he goes. Ridge tells Steffy everything will be okay. Hope will get Deacon to stop talking about Shyla, and she'll never have to hear about her again. At Deacon's place, Finn goes on about him and Shyla getting a second chance. You offered your life to protect my family, to try and save Steffy from sugar. Shyla says they're her family. It's devastating that Steffy thinks she killed his mother. I'm sure it's caused some tension in your marriage. Finn admits it did. Shyla wouldn't want that. He deserves to be happy. Finn just finds this all unbelievable. Steffy didn't kill him. Just then, Hope comes to the door and calls out for her dad. Deacon tells Shyla not to hide. He just got her back and isn't going to pretend she's not there. He opens the door to Hope, who tells him he can't keep going around town telling people that Shyla. Just then, she sees her, and faints. At Forrester, Ridge recalls how he used to be able to make everything better for Steffy with a hug and a kiss. He rants about this Shyla thing that won't go away. They're all there for her. Even Hope. Steffy doesn't think she has the guts to tell Deacon to stop with this ridiculous theory. Ridge is optimistic that Hope can convince him that what he's thinking isn't real. Steffy says Deacon can stay in his apartment counting toes over and over again. Hope just has to convince her father to stay away from Finn. At Deacon's place, Finn and Deacon have Hope on the couch and are calling her name. She begins to come to and Finn tells her she fainted. She sees Shyla behind Deacon and sits up with a bewildered expression. Shyla was stabbed. Finn tells her to take deep breaths. Deacon says, what you're seeing is real. Hope shakes her head. No, Shyla is dead. Finn says her father was right all along. Shyla's alive. Shyla ventures, it's really good to see you, Hope. She looks like she's seen a ghost, but it's really her in the flesh. I'm not dead. At Forrester, Ridge urges Steffy to go home, but she needs to work. She can take care of herself. Ridge complains, "This is too much what you've been through." Steffi recaps that she took a life even if it wasn't a life worth living. Ridge says the only good thing Shyla ever did was give birth to Finn. Steffi can't believe she gave birth to such a good guy. He doesn't deserve any of this. Ridge is sure that whatever Deacon's trying to sell him, he's not buying. Steffi says he is getting into his head. Finn has this weird connection to Shyla. Ridge doesn't get it. What if Kelly and Hayes had been there when she... Steffi stops him. "Don't even say it. She's dead." At Deacon's place, Shyla tells Hope she's sorry she scared her. Hope shakes her head. "It's impossible." Deacon starts telling her the story of Sugar. Years ago, Shyla tricked Sugar into getting plastic surgery to look just like her. They looked identical except for the fact that Sugar had 10 toes. Shyla says she wanted revenge and abducted her. Finn explains that Sugar broke into the house to go after Steffi and the kids. Hope says, "So Steffi didn't kill Shyla." Deacon says no and chuckles that it all comes down to those 9 beautiful toes. Shyla insists she's a changed person now. Finn recaps that he didn't believe Deacon until he saw Shyla with his own eyes. "I'm glad that we found you and that I'm going to be able to have a second chance with you." He slings his arm around Shyla. "Shyla is my birth mother, and she's alive. My mother is alive." Hope gawps at them. Hope had always considered herself a rational person. She was the type who approached life with a level head, never letting her emotions get the best of her. But all that composure crumbled into dust the moment she saw it. A ghost, or at least what she believed to be one. It was a typical Friday evening when it happened. Hope had been sitting alone in her dimly lit living room, engrossed in a novel that promised to take her far away from the mundane realities of everyday life. The room was quiet, save for the occasional rustle of pages and the soft hum of the air conditioning. Then, out of nowhere, a chill swept through the room, sending a shiver down Hope's spine. She glanced up from her book, her heart suddenly pounding in her chest. There, standing in the far corner of the room, was a figure, a shadowy silhouette that seemed to flicker and fade like smoke. At first, Hope thought it was just a trick of the light, a play of shadows cast by the street lamp outside. But as she blinked and rubbed her eyes, the figure remained, growing clearer and more distinct by the second. Her breath caught in her throat as she realized what she was seeing, or what she thought she was seeing. A ghost. A spectral presence from beyond the grave, haunting her living room with its eerie, otherworldly presence. Hope's mind raced as she struggled to make sense of it all. She had never believed in ghosts before, always dismissing such stories as mere superstition. But now, faced with undeniable proof of the supernatural, she felt a wave of fear wash over her like a tidal wave. She wanted to scream, to run, to hide from the ghostly apparition that seemed to be drawing closer with each passing moment. But her body refused to move, frozen in place by a mixture of shock and disbelief. Just then, the front door burst open, flooding the room with light and noise. Steffy, Hope's roommate, stumbled inside, her arms laden with grocery bags. "Hope, you won't believe the traffic out there," Steffi exclaimed, her voice trailing off as she caught sight of the ghostly figure hovering in the corner. Steffy's eyes widened in horror as she dropped the bags, sending apples rolling across the floor. "What the... is that? Is that a ghost?" Hope could only nod, her voice lost in her throat as the specter drew nearer, its presence filling the room with a palpable sense of dread.